Have you ever played blackjack before?
Oh, you're talking to Chad, making amends. Here we go.
Yeah.
It's all about the respect of the craft and the art. These are two people you need to know.
I got a Korean. He said he was Chinese, and they called me racist. Go.
Asked me a question and I answered your question. Tell your story, dude.
So backing up saying, who are you? I took that as disrespect. Not disrespect, but disrespect.
No, you're not allowed to do that. I made a show called Two Broke Girls.
See what I just Yeah, and you just get.
See what I just
I couldn't even do an impression of you, dumbass.
William.
Because he does look like Patrice O'Neal wearing a fatter suit.
That was horrible.
Kill Tony has cranked out almost 700 episodes over the last decade, and in just the past year it's completely blown up, every upload pulling in millions of views. Over the years, the show's format has stayed pretty consistent, just tweaking things here and there like swapping out the band or the regulars who hit the stage each week. Fans have grown to love that structure, and the numbers are a direct reflection of that, but the guests are what really make or break the show. Ask any fan who their favorite guests are, and you're going to hear names like Shane Gillis, Adam Ray, Tim Dillon, Theo Vaughn, Mark Norman, and Ari Shaffir. Fans love these guests because they're some of the top-tier comics and podcasters in the game. They get how the show operates, and they use that knowledge mixed with their comedic skills to turn every appearance into must-watch TV. Fans, while they've got their favorite guest, also have a list of the worst. And usually it's because those guests just don't get the show's format or style. This was painfully obvious on episode 676 with Chad Daniels. Not only did he not understand the show's format, but it was clear he had never watched a full episode. Near the end, things got heated and he almost got in a fight with William Montgomery. But before that, he almost got into a fight with Martin Phillips.
You were driving around to shows?
Okay, first of all, go yourself. I hate no. That's such a. Everyone who says that is a piece of shit. Dude, it's 2024. Like, we had self-driving cars. You think I can't drive a car?
Who the pressing the buttons on your self-driving car?
I'm just saying, it's not that big. It's not that monumental that I can drive. Okay.
I gotta say, a car's still concerning.
Okay. You wanna take a ride, buddy?
Listen.
I can't. I'm fucking.
I don't want to fight you. I like you. I just asked yes or no questions.
I think it's like a lame ass questions when people ask that.
It's a lame question to ask you if you drive a car?
Yeah, because they're assuming I can't because I'm crippled. Like,
that's why I asked.
Yeah, but that's like very condescending. I'm getting heated tonight. I don't know.
Yeah, you are. You're fired up. I like this.
I just think, I don't know, you shouldn't. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Fans of Kill Tony might have been willing to cut Daniel some slack for his interaction with Martin. It seemed like a genuine question, but let's be real. Martin already deals with plenty of jabs from Tony. So, when a newcomer like Daniels, in his first appearance, takes a shot at Martin, who's been doing Kill Tony for years, it's understandable that Martin would shut it down. If the fans hadn't turned on Daniels by this point, there's no question he lost them all during his interaction with William Montgomery. Instead of Daniels asking a question that upset William, this time it was William who threw out a question that rubbed Daniels the wrong way.
Chad, have you seen William before?
I haven't.
How are you, Chad?
I'm great.
Cool. What do you do? Are you a comedian or what do you do?
Oh my God, William!
No,
why do you do that to the guests?
I've never
That's
met
what I
you.
forgot
We've
to
never
tell you guys
fucking met.
earlier.
It's okay.
I mean, remember when I said
okay.
I
We've
feel like I'm
never
forgetting
met.
something? What I forgot to tell you guys was sometimes William takes shot at the guests. Why are you looking Chad up and down?
Yeah,
like
he's
that?
sizing me up all
He
of a
is.
sudden.
He's
I
sizing
think I
you
could
up.
kick the out.
Whoa,
I think I could
William!
fucking beat your
Do not try.
Yeah, then when I ask again, so what are you, a comic or something?
Whoa, William!
I can take your ass.
Whoa, William! Don't do that. William, don't do that.
If Daniels had been familiar with the show, he could have turned that moment into something memorable and maybe even won over some fans. William is the sweetest guy on the planet, but once he hits the Kill Tony stage, he transforms into this loud, sarcastic powerhouse. Everything he says is brash, and that's why fans love him. Daniels was clearly caught off guard, but that's on him for never watching a Kill Tony episode before stepping into the spotlight. If he had, he would have understood that William has a persona to maintain. maintain. Still, William picked up on the fact that Daniels was thrown off by their first interaction, so he made an effort to apologize, albeit in his own way by throwing out a friendly question to get Daniels involved again.
Have you ever played blackjack before?
Oh, you're talking to Chad, making amends. Here we go.
Yeah. Got a tough guy. You're kind of tough on that one. I was kind of like a tough guy response.
You asked me a question and I answered your question. Tell your story, dude.
Oh!
What's your...
Baking soda! No.
Yeah, do you see what you just did? Did you see what you just fucked? Yeah, do you see what you just did?
See what I just I know what I just did. I put a worm in your dog bro.
I'm just gonna let this storm settle, see what happens here. I kind of like that.
It really seemed like Daniels took offense when William asked if he was a comedian. You could tell he was just waiting for the chance to clap back, but when he finally got his moment, he overdid it and came off like a jerk.
It's like I'm joking around and then you start making fun about how I talk. I mean, that seemed kind of, why would you do that?
Whoa.
I was blatantly joking around and then you come at my ass making fun of how I talk. At least I have a distinctive way of talking. You sound like some just idiot when you talk.
Oh my God.
Sound like some boring old white dude when you talk, dumbass.
Oh my God. Oh my
I couldn't even do an impression of you, dumbass.
William.
Nothing to do.
William, what did I tell you about turning on guests like that?
No, seriously, how would I do an impression? Talk, say something else. You don't sound any kind of way.
Are you guys like old friends or something like that? I don't know about it. What is going on right now? This is absolutely incredible. This is
it's like you make fun of how I f***ing talk. You say something about my f***ing dog. You've never met Gator.
Oh my God, William, you are out of control right now. Look at how serious. Oh, he winked at him. There's the wink.
Yeah, whatever.
I cannot stop seeing Chad's triggered face. Bro got big upset. That was one of the hardest I've laughed in a while watching William roast Chad into a burnt crisp. He had it coming. William made Chad so uncomfortable and didn't even know if William was joking with him or not. Chad's eyes says it all. William was obviously joking, and you'd think Daniels would have picked up on that, especially with William throwing in the wink at the end. Side note, in a rare moment, Red Band actually nailed the sound effect timing perfectly for once.
How serious?
After the show, Daniels addressed the episode on his own podcast and admitted that he wanted to fight William.
This guy came out at the end with long red hair and a long red beard. And I was just watching him, and then the next thing I knew, he was yelling in my face where I could see the foam in the corners of his mouth.
For what reason?
I guess that's his thing. Sometimes, like, when it's not going well, he'll just go after the guy that's sitting at the end of the table, and I happen to be that guy. But he was like, I could kick your fucking ass. I'll kick your ass right now. And I'm like, just looking at him like, no, you won't. But then I'm also thinking there are cameras pointed at me, and this goes out to so many people.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Because I was kind of waiting for him to punch me. And then after the show, Tony was like, remember when I said I'm forgetting one thing? He goes, that was it. I forgot to tell you that he does that. And then that guy came up to me afterwards, and he was like, hey man, this is kind of my thing. I go, well, it's not mine. It's not my thing. I don't appreciate getting yelled at. It put me in fight or flight, and yeah, I just didn't know what to do. I wish I would have known that, so I could have just sat back and enjoyed it. But it felt like an actual. It put me in fight or flight, and I was like, I'm telling you this, if there would not have been cameras and there only would have been
a live show, people
that could have told the story,
mm-hmm.
I definitely would have come out of retirement and put one on his temple. Because like you don't lean over somebody and scream in their face that you're going to kick their...
He says he wishes he had known it was a joke so he could have sat back and enjoyed it, but let's be honest. After getting roasted by Martin Phillips, I doubt he would have enjoyed it either way. Daniels gives off the same vibe as another highly disliked guest, Punkie Johnson. I don't know much about Punkie, but just like Daniels, she didn't get William Montgomery. William roasted the comedians at the table and they were all cool with it. But Punkie, unfamiliar with the show, felt the need to chime in and add her 2 cents.
I do have one thing to say. It's all about the respect of the craft and the art. These are 2 people you need to know. So backing up saying, who are you? I took that as disrespect. Not disrespect, but disrespect. Like, you need to know the people that came up before you, and that's great.
For sure. I swear to you, Punkie, as it was leaving my lips, I just thought to myself, this is a hard Punkie sitting here.
These motherfuckers paved the way. So I want.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
okay.
I didn't take offense.
Are you
to
mad?
it. No, I fucking loved it.
Okay.
Well,
thank you for bringing it up. Thank you.
Right,
I
yeah, I'm gonna
apologize.
bring it up,
I do it to everyone. So maybe I need to stop.
Yeah.
But I never go to store. I'm kidding.
William Montgomery, ladies and gentlemen.
Punkie is one of the worst Kill Tony guests of all time. Imagine being on SNL and not being able to tell someone is in character. It's a literal comedy show. A comedian getting offended at another comedian about saying something to comedians. It's hilarious that Punkie told William to respect the craft like he was just some random comic, when in reality the guy probably has hundreds of more hours on stage than she does. I kinda wish William had gone full Big Red Machine on her like he did with Daniels. What I think really rubs people the wrong way about Punkie and Daniels is that they aren't true fans of Kill Tony. If they were, they'd get that William is a fan favorite and not someone you try to go toe-to-toe with. Then there are the guests people can't stand because of their complete lack of situational awareness. It's rare to get one of those types of comics as a guest, let alone 2 at the same time. Bert and Whitney set the tone right from the start, letting everyone know this was going to be a rough one. Fans hated their appearance, but they also felt just as bad for Jim Norton, an actual funny comedian who brings real substance to the show. But anything he said got overshadowed by the chaotic mess that was Bert and Whitney's awfulness.
I thought you were very funny, and I've made it my life stream to fight racism.
Jim, how do you do that exactly?
I just don't want to get canceled, so I figured I'd say that. People would think I'm a good guy.
I do want to get canceled. Get me the out of Hollywood.
You're a very good writer, very funny.
Hans, you talked about the Chinese a little bit, and you are Korean.
Wait, you're not even Chinese?
Yeah.
No, dude, you're not allowed to do that. I made a show called Two Broke Girls, and there was a Chinese character on it, and the actor that auditioned was South Korean, and they called me racist.
Well, hey.
Can you please make a call and fix that?
Wait, put a nail in that coffin. I got a Korean. He said he was Chinese, and they called me racist. Go.
Bert and Whitney laughing in harmony is pure nightmare fuel. This is the fastest I've gone through an episode. Bert talking while laughing makes me want to leave my wife and kids and check into rehab. Between Bert's annoying squealing while he's talking and Whitney trying too hard almost ruined it. Norton for the save. Whitney's acting like a teenager who just took an Eddie for the first time, pretending to be messed up or something. And as cringy as she is, somehow Bert manages to be even worse. It just kept going downhill as the show goes on, especially when David Lucas came on. His jokes aren't even that great to begin with, but somehow Bert and Whitney's desperate need for attention made things even worse.
You look like a substitute teacher when it's cold outside, nigga. That's some goofy ass shit you got on, brother. Professor Hitchcliff in this bitch.
Bert goes, do me. What do I look like? Do me.
Bert Kreischer looked like he smelled like air freshener and bologna. Boy, get your
Please don't skip this video or fast forward because of Bert and Whitney. I get it. I'd seriously consider it too if I were watching. But hang in there. There's just one more clip of pure awfulness you need to see to truly understand how despised they are as Kill Tony guests.
You look like Lizzo dressed like Suge Knight for Halloween.
Oh my God.
As much as fans hated Bert and Whitney for being, well, themselves, they are just as disappointed with the next most disliked guest, Joe Rogan and Tom Segura. They added absolutely nothing to the 10-year anniversary show. They must have taken too much alpha brain before the show because they were practically silent the whole night. The most reaction we got out of either of them was Joe making a dumb face after one of Hans's jokes.
Grab onto this chicken leg.
They seriously kept their mouth shut for most of the 2-hour show. They said so little that at the 38-minute mark, Red Band cracked a joke, which somehow ended up being the best joke of the night up until that point. And that's saying something.
Does your leg ever shake when you like a girl?
No.
That never. It's just strictly a stand-up comedy thing.
Mm-hmm.
Has it ever happened outside of stand-up comedy?
I don't believe so.
Wow,
Yeah,
incredible.
You should do comedy while you're a girl. She would really appreciate it.
Hey, Red Band. Red Band. Oh, the lights have been activated. Red Band. Oh my God, for those of you in Vegas that picked Red Band to have the best joke this deep into the episode, you just won $9 billion.
As awful as Joe and Tom were on that episode, at least they kept their mouth shut. That can't be said for the next most hated guest, Ryan Long, who just wouldn't stop talking. Ryan's a comedian and a podcaster, which usually makes for a solid Kill Tony guest, but this time, everything he said completely bombed.
You know, sometimes I'd hire a big Japanese massagist to come in and whatever happens, happens.
I love it.
Ryan gave off the same vibes as Whitney Cummings, like he had zero self-awareness, but that didn't stop him from launching into one terrible joke after another while the crowd sat in complete silence.
It's like it when comedians do bad on this show. Where'd you serve?
Russia.
Man.
Bert and Whitney were terrible, but at least they let David Lucas roast him without constantly talking over him. With Ryan, not only was he bombing, but it was painfully clear that he hadn't watched much, if any, Kill Tony before showing up. Usually, David's quick with a roast if someone says something dumb, but this time, he was so flabbergasted that he had no comeback at all.
Listen, I'm not surprised David's funny, because he does look like Patrice O'Neal wearing a fatter suit.
That was horrible. I hope they never let you. I hope they
You're
never
right.
let you.
How about this? Everyone thinks that Chick-fil-A is closed on Sunday for religious reasons. It's just because he goes there Saturday.
Ryan, you look like
I feel
Travis
like that's
Barker.
not bad.
You look like Travis Barker gay brother.
can't win with this guy.
You gotta let him.
No,
you
that-
gotta let him make fun of you back. Just because your joke didn't work doesn't mean you get to step all over.
The crowd letting Ryan eat it all night is the highlight of this episode. For years to come, Ryan will wake up at 2 a.m. in a cold sweat thinking about how hard he ate it on this episode. This will go on to be absolutely legendary. Love how Tony didn't even try to bail him out. You gotta hand it to Tony. No matter how awful a guest is, he never makes them feel awkward for trying. After all, they're guests. Red Band's the same way. He always treats the guests with respect. But with Ryan, it got so bad that at one point you could see Red Band give up.
I just learned braids, so but you're in dread.
Giving brains?
Yeah, I do braids. Braids, not brains.
Oh,
yeah.
damn. I didn't realize Amy
Her
Schumer
husband was
stayed by
actually
the
dead.
river.
Yeah,
Dr. Houston Evil.
kind of close.
Christie's or anything?
No,
like that?
Chad bastard.
We're from Corpus Christi, but
Wow.
no.
With nearly 700 episodes aired, Kill Tony has had its fair share of disliked guests, but the ones we just covered really stand out from the rest. Some honorable mentions that nearly made the list include every appearance by Whitney Cummings, a drunk Joe Rogan, especially in the Freddie Gibbs episode, and Donnell Rawlings and Ric Flair. But I already made a video about them, so if you're interested, check it out.
Give me the